viewers, welcome again for another fantastic episode of the Live Well podcast. You know, as usual, we're going to have an amazing topic to discuss with you with amazing panelists. But before I go into all of that, I'm going to introduce, as per usual, my amazing, my gorgeous co-host, Sash.
Hey guys,
Hey.
welcome back.
And next to both of us, we have two of the most amazing fitness trainers that there is, and I think they're amazing because not only are they good at what they do, but they have patience to deal with people like me who don't necessarily like the gym, you know?
Okay.
So they get it. So we're Debbie Hall,
Yes, hi.
fitness trainer. Yeah,
Hello,
Debbie, big up
hello.
yourself. And then Mikhail Russell on the other hand.
Hey.
Mikhail, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So the topic we're going to be exploring today, where I'm going to leave it to these experts to kind of guide the discussion, is body image and how that makes us the brand. So
Right.
our bodies necessarily translate to us being the brand, and how we develop a fitness regimen and a nutritious diet to ensure that we look good, stay good, so that we can live well
Yes.
and be well.
Oh, I just want to say feel good too. I was waiting for the feel good.
But that comes with all of it, yeah?
You're right.
You know, think
That's
so?
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So before we go into that, I'm gonna read something that I saw that I think spoke to me. I know it speak to you, Sasha. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna ask the trainers what I think. I'm worried about my weight. I don't have enough energy. I don't like the way I look. I struggle to find time for exercise.
See that last one?
You guys
Ooh.
ever hear?
Ooh.
It sound familiar?
Ooh.
A lot, yes.
Yeah, I hear it
I've
all
heard
the
that
time.
Many a time.
Hear it where?
From clients or prospective clients, you know, they want to get started. However, these are the issues.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I like you said issues. I thought you were going to say these are the excuses.
The excuses.
Because trainers
They are
often say
excuses.
it's an excuse.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is really, in a sense. But I've heard them.
It
I've heard
is
them.
an issue until you find a way to overcome it.
Right.
Always is.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
Love
Yes.
that. So most of us know that we need to aim for a healthy, balanced diet and regular exercise to maintain our physical health. We've been talking about that.
course.
These same goals are also important when maintaining our mental health and well-being, so tying it all together. Many people struggle with balanced eating, being active, and feeling good about their bodies, and the struggles can start young. I thought that was particularly interesting because that has happened to me.
Right.
I've been the one to use these excuses, and some of these things that he's saying here about paying attention to the mental and connecting it to the physical, even the food that we eat. I have struggled with that, and it's something that I continuously, I knew it was an issue, but I said I have to make a conscious effort to be better. Yeah?
Right.
And so when I saw it, it spoke to me, and I said, I have to start off the show with that too, because I know there are persons out there who are feeling the same.
Yeah.
Right.
So with that said, I'm going to segue into my first question. And I'm going to start with the lady on the left. What is body positivity to you, Debbie?
Wow, body positivity to me. It varies because it depends on the individual. It's really how you see yourself. It's really how you do your self-talks, how you process your moments, what you're going through, because there are times, different moments in your life, you see and think of yourself differently. So you may today feel all excited, good about yourself, good, energized, and, something happens tomorrow, it throws you off, you think you're the worst looking person, you don't feel well, you don't look well. So I guess it's how you feel in the moment, how you do your self-talks, those positive tidbits that you give yourself. Right, the affirmations, that's the word you give yourself. So it's really how you are in the moment, the affirmations you give yourself daily, which is why I think it's daily that you give yourself those kind of talks to set the tone or the momentum for the day.
Okay. And Mikhail, body positivity to you, same question.
Yes, I agree a lot with what you just said. Also, how you look, to yourself plays a big role in that as well. Just putting on whatever it is you're putting on to leave the house and stand up in front of a group of people, you want to know within yourself that you look good, you know, and you look good, you feel good, you know, that gives you that level of confidence as well. So it's just how you see yourself, how you view yourself, and how you feel about yourself.
But how does that translate to my behavior? Because, for example, when I put on a shirt and it fit a little bit, I look in the mirror that, boy, I don't really like how it fit. At what point do I know, I don't know if you guys can answer it, at what point do I know that I need to take matters into my own hands or to do something about it? At what point does that change?
It boils down to being honest with yourself and take some level of accountability and responsibility, because you know exactly what you put in. Right? So you can't just one morning wake up and put on this shirt and, oh, it don't fit well. I don't. Have you been eating well? Have you been consistent with the gym? Have you been putting in the work? Because it's another argument if you've been putting in all those works and then you're not feeling good or looking good. You know what I mean? So it boils down to you being honest. You know, am I showing up for myself?
And I like that you said that, because a lot of times we want this instant gratification. We want the results without putting in the work. And, you know, I mean, I think I could be guilty of that.
I was waiting for it.
Not to be a hypocrite. But we definitely do want that instant gratitude. So, you know, you look at yourself and you say, oh gosh, I wish I was. But you're not doing anything to, you know, to get that result.
Exactly. So it's just being totally transparent and honest with yourself. Am I doing what I need to do? You know, to feel and look good.
Okay.
You know.
But as a personal trainer, though, Michael, I'm going to come to you. As a personal trainer, do you have people coming to you who are extremely negative about their bodies? And when you see that, is there a place where that usually comes from?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, majority of the persons that come to me have some issue with their bodies, you know.
Absolutely.
It's never just, oh, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, and I just want to continue this cycle, you know. It's always a problem that they see deep within themselves, you know, and it comes from a place of insecurity, whether it's a case, you know, they used to get teased in high school, they used to be bullied, fat as a child. I was a fat kid, and I have told myself I'll never get back there again, I'll never be that way again, you know. And not that there's anything wrong with that per se, as long as you're living a healthy lifestyle. But I've often seen that, and I've had clients that, you know, they're doing well in the gym, they're smashing their goals, but at the end of the day, they're like, oh, I don't like this about myself. Well, how can we do this? How can we change that? How can we put, you know? And there was one client I had to sit her down and be like, hey, look, every time you come and finish a session, you have a negative thing to say about yourself. You're doing well, and, you know, I'm very happy with your progress so far. And she is happy with her progress as well. However, there's always something negative. So I said, okay, I'm going to give you some homework. I gave her homework. And I said, I want you to tell me 5 positive things about your body, 5 things that you enjoy about yourself. And I want you to tell me that by next week, you know. And those are little things that you have to do sometimes from time to time, so that they can
in the mental back to the physical.
And it's so easy to focus on the negatives.
Correct.
It's true. And I think it can even stem from trauma responses. Like I said, you know, if you were being bullied as a child,
that you had.
maybe your own siblings or your parents will tell you, oh, you're so fat or you're so skinny, you know, all the negatives. So that particular client may have gotten so accustomed to the negatives, she can't even celebrate the positives.
Or let's not forget it, Debbie, this society. Because when somebody comes to you and said, and I cuss about it all the time, oh, you put on weight, man. Or, oh, how you look so skinny. And I'm just like, that's not something that I think is appropriate for
especially if you just see me.
If you just see me. That's not a way for me to be seen.
No, correct.
Because you could be triggering an insecurity, as mentioned a while ago, or some kind of trauma that I had in the past.
And let's talk about kids, like in primary school, with 10-foot, big head, you know, these names that we laugh at, but they stick with you through to adulthood sometimes.
So I have a question. Is body positivity achievable? Is there a case where you get to a point where there's nothing that you can look at and say, no, I want to change that about myself physically?
I don't think
Hold on, it's who doing the interview. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. There's a full stop. I think it's a continuous work.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's the work that we put in daily to feel good about ourselves or to look good.
I agree.
And I don't think it's I've arrived.
All right. Yeah.
No.
Even though some people like that, but I think it's a sort of fake. Forgive me, but I feel like it's some sort of fake thing because you are not perfect. You can't be perfect.
Correct.
We cannot be perfect.
Exactly.
You know, so
There
like for you
go.
to have that body positivity, there's always something wrong with you. Maybe you don't want to change it and say that. Say
maybe
I
don't want to admit
to.
it.
Yeah.
We're
You know,
all
like,
working
and it's back to
progress.
the honesty.
Yeah, being
It's back to
honest.
being
We're
honest,
all working.
yeah.
So I don't think there's a full stop in
It's a process.
body positivity. It's a process.
Yeah, I don't-
Because like I
yeah.
said, I don't wake
Yeah.
up great every day, and I may step out and somebody's like, "Oh, you look so great," but I don't feel great.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I
yes.
mean? So I don't think.
And
it's a full
sometimes
stop.
some of those things, to answer your question, Mikhail, I do think there's room for improvement always.
Always.
And sometimes what we feel in terms of our bodies and how we look is tied to our psychological circumstances.
Right,
So
right,
yes,
right.
my body might look good, but if I wake up this morning and my boss really come and tell me, do some gross injustice,
Yes.
that might turn me off for the day, and I start feel a certain way, and then I look in the mirror and I don't like how I look,
Right.
or I might not have gone to the barber.
Right.
And then when I look in the mirror and I see how I don't like how I look, so that affects me. But when I walk out, you might look at me and say, "Boy, you have some gains in the gym." That changes it completely.
Yes.
So it
Right,
ties
right,
back
right.
to the psychosocial that we
Yes.
mentioned.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so people need to realize that there is can I say, it's a gap. There is a bridge between the two, and sometimes it's for us to really identify, as you said, by having those talks with ourselves and those honest conversations and the self-affirmations.
Throughout the day, wake up
Yeah.
in the morning, because some mornings I wake up feeling great, and along the day,
get
something
shelved.
may just throw me off.
Yeah,
That is
and that's
true. You know?
normal, right?
And
It's
it's
very
normal to
normal.
have, but I think so. Then the foundation then is, people love to say, know your worth, know your value. I think that would be the foundation, because I can know that I am amazing. Let's just use that word. And then I have a bad day. It doesn't change who I am. It just changes that
circumstance or the
day.
feeling
So
right now.
I still look at myself as this great person. It's just like, oh, maybe today I have a huge pimple on my face that makes me feel like,
Or
not today.
you may have just gotten a call from a doctor about some diagnosis.
Correct.
And that can throw off the whole trajectory
Yeah.
of
Correct.
that
Yeah.
body
Yeah.
positivity.
Correct. Or it could be something like your menstrual cycle, and you feel bloated. You're bloated for a week, and you feel like, oh no,
I feel like
this is
crap
not.
those times. Can I be honest?
Correct. Yeah, no, it's true. And your body positivity may look different
Yes.
based on that,
Yep.
and you have no control over it. Yeah.
Right. So we don't always feel that body positivity
Yeah.
every day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a continuous work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll share this quote that I saw because it ties in very nice to what we just said. Body image is how you think and feel about your appearance and how you feel in your own skin. A person can have a healthy or unhealthy body image regardless of how they look. Developing a healthy body image contributes to self-esteem and well-being.
That's true. I agree.
So I thought that was very nice, very
Yeah.
poignant, and I'm going to use that to throw to a question that I would have had based on what I think it was. What both of you alluded to. What does living a healthy lifestyle mean to you? Because you guys
so
spoke
relative.
about it, and it's subjective.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So that's why we want to weigh in on the opinions, because especially as fitness trainers, a lot of us think. Which is perhaps why I'm very cautious. This is from my experience. I'm very cautious in who I use as a personal trainer or whatever, because one, I don't want anybody who is condescending towards me in terms of what I do, what I eat, and that sort of thing. Because for me, Sasha, we know this, we are always coming from a place of balance.
Okay.
But you have those people who are extremists.
Right.
So they tell you, do not do this, I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right.
And so I try to strive for that balance.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I know it's different based on persons.
Right.
So I want to hear the opinions from you two. What does a healthy lifestyle mean?
As I said, it's really relative, because what may be healthy for me may not be healthy for you, and you. And I mean, there are fundamentals. Once it's not making you, or you're doing some self-sabotage where you're fueling your body with, unhealthy stuff. You're more, it encompasses a lot of things. So it's mental, it's social, it's physical, it's spiritual, it's all those things together that really, what's the body what?
What does healthy lifestyle mean to you?
Right, so makes you whole, makes you healthy. So is your mental healthy? Is your spiritual, it's all of that.
The holistic.
To get
so
the
you
holistic.
it's a holistic,
Yeah.
okay.
Right, so I may be looking good physically, but mentally I am off. You know what I mean? And that's not healthy.
Yeah.
And it goes on to emotional too, or spiritual, or otherwise.
How you're rooted
it's
in
really,
your faith.
it really is not a one fit for everybody. So I don't know. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely something that is a process as well. Just like most things, it's a process,
And
it's
subjective.
right, and it's one thing to everybody, So it's different. It's a different thing for everybody, So whereas for me, I value physical activity, diet. I meditate a lot as well as I try to keep a very spiritual mindset. And I try to study as much as possible.
Yes.
I read, I enrich my mind, and to me, that is all I need to do.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
sounds pretty balanced too.
Yeah. So I try to go do as much as possible within a balanced realm.
And it's what really works for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. What makes you
What
happy.
really works, what makes you happy. And like I said, once you're not causing harm to yourself and others,
Then
yeah.
Okay. So going back to the positive self-talk that you mentioned, Debbie, but I'm going to throw it to you, Mikhail. Do you see a lot of positive self-talk in this space when it comes to body positivity? Because you did also talk about your client.
Right. You have both aspects of the sphere. You have both sides of it. You have persons who have a high sense of self, and they will always talk highly of themselves on social media as well. And as well as you may have persons not so much on social media, more on one-on-one conversations where they will highlight certain issues about themselves. So on social media, you'll always find persons that are very happy with themselves. They're positive. They look good. They feel good, and everything is good. And persons viewing on social media may see that and say, okay, well, that person feels good, they look good, why don't I feel good, why don't I look good too?
Yeah.
And they're basing that on what they see, on what they hear, not knowing that what goes on behind closed doors. So so that's my thought towards that, in terms of self-talk and positive self-talk.
Debbie?
Positive self-talk, it works, but it all boils down to your circle as well.
Hey, that's that's been
Community.
coming full circle.
Yep.
That's been
It boils down to your circle, your people, because you're really known by. It sounds cliche, but by the company you keep.
Yeah.
They're not. If your friend group is tuned or really zoned into each other, then you'll understand each individual differently.
Right.
And where you struggle with, for instance, you struggle with whatever it is, I need to tap into you, maybe on a daily or however, just to ensure that just to help. Are you doing this? Are you remembering to not do this, or drink your water or whatever. So you have to. It's not really just me doing my own self-talk. My group. My people. So it's so dynamic. It's really dynamic, but it works. But it also, as we were talking about, trauma responses and stuff, it's not easy for some.
No.
It's really not. As much as you'd want to think these positive things about yourself, you've been hearing these negatives all along.
your
So
life,
it's almost like talking these positivity sounds like so wrong.
Yeah, and I think that's where like things like therapy come into play, because somebody who may not have that past trauma, they could watch a you know, I love the social media, a TikTok video, you know, where and they have all these affirmations, things to repeat to yourself every morning, and that may work for me. But for somebody else, they may need to go and talk about like, okay, why do I feel like this? Why were these things said to me? How do I unlearn these things that are now ingrained into who I am as a person?
Yes.
You know,
that's why I believe in therapy.
Yeah,
I do believe in therapy. I think we need to normalize it more.
Yeah, definitely.
That's actually a discussion that we had in another session where we spoke about the importance of.
Yeah, because we need an outlet.
We
need an outlet, because sometimes it goes beyond you, the trainer, or you, the friend. You know, because you're doing your own little, you know, thing to try and encourage your clients, you know, to get out of that rut, you know, to speak positivity. But she probably don't get it, you know. But if she goes to a professional, you know, who really knows how to
motivate, they can probably connect the dots.
They can connect the dots. We may see the surface. We can do our own little encourage. We're really everything to our clients.
That is true. That is true.
So
I mean, it's a what do you call that? An interdisciplinary effort, a multidisciplinary effort.
So we're gonna zone in on no the physical. So looking on you and you both, you said you're a fat kid. No, you're not a fat kid.
I'm like fat.
Right?
You know, everybody says that. Everybody has that reaction.
So we're gonna look on the physical. Seeing how you look, and I'm coming from. I'm gonna take that stance of a person who don't look like you guys. What are tips that you can give to me to care for my body? Maybe not to look like you, maybe we're not reach this yet, but to put me on the path to better looking like that, if it is that a goal of mine.
But also, could we make it a little more specific? Like, let's say people with busy schedules, because I need this.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Personal for me.
The thing is, I've like persons who will perhaps, you know, inquire about personal training, or you want to get fit and you know, live a healthy lifestyle. They'll start off and say, oh well, you know, I want to look like you, I want to eat like, you know. And I feel weird when that question is, you know, thrown at me, because we're our own individuals,
of course,
you know, and you can only be the better version or the best version of yourself. So I think it's a setup.
Right.
When you approach it from that stance where, oh, I want to look like you, or I want, you can only be
you.
Okay.
You.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And what works for you, our body types are different, you know, it's just going to work differently. What I eat may not work for you, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I would more encourage persons who would approach me with that by saying, you know, I can structure a program to get you to be your healthiest self.
But there's certain fundamentals that you need for that. No? There's a certain mindset that have to come with a certain...
I mean, fundamentals are, you know, you're showing up for yourself, you know, changing how you fuel your body. And I don't use the word diet. I'm like, how you make, you know...
I realized, I was going to ask the next question. Like, I've realized in all that you said, there is no, you did not use that D word.
No, just making healthier choices, know what works for you, because, you know, we're all on different paths. We are going through different things. You may be a diabetic, you may be someone who is allergic to whatever. So what I do, how I do my eating or my workouts, I may not write that same program for you, because it may not work for you. You know, so there are some fundamentals. It's how you fuel your body, showing up for yourself, meaning, you know, the consistency of you turning up to your sessions, you know, all of that.
I feel like she judge me.
No, I'm not.
A little bit. A little bit,
Right, so those are the fundamentals, you know, being consistent and putting in the work.
The consistency, boy, that's the pressure.
The people listen, I feel seen. Like
I feel exposed.
I feel exposed. I feel very exposed.
Mikael, same question.
Well, I would say if you want to start an active lifestyle, if you want to go towards a more healthy lifestyle, I would always encourage persons to start with their diet. I do use the word diet because I believe that a diet is just the makeup of what you consume on a day-to-day basis.
There's this connotation to it.
I agree, and I don't like that either. I don't like that either. So I try to reinforce that a diet doesn't mean restriction. A diet doesn't mean that you have to go home and say, Lord, I have to eat the dry chicken breast and the 2 pieces of broccoli. No, it doesn't have to be like that.
Right. We know that. Yeah.
Yes, but everyone doesn't, And so I always encourage to start with your diet, look at what you're eating, and over a period of time. So I say, okay, let's assess what you're eating over a 2-week period. Let's just look at that.
Often you eat too.
Right, because people know what they need, and we're not dumb, we're not stupid. People are not stupid, so they know what they need to do and what they need to cut out. So I like to, present it to them after they review all the things that they've eaten over the 2-week period, and they will look back at it and they make the recommendations themselves. So, okay, I could probably cut this out, I could probably do that, and all I just do is that's true. That's true. Maybe
so
at this year,
right?
So when they make their own plan, they stick to it.
Right.
Okay.
That's so nice.
So that is a basic thing that I like to do. So start with the diet. Start with physical activity. If you're pressed for time, you can try walking on the weekend, walking as much as you can. If you work in an office, park far away, you walk up the stairs, whatever it is. Yes.
Stairs.
Right.
So
try to.
That was a shot at you?
No, it's not me. First of all, the elevator at the office is for the disabled persons primarily, so we don't use it.
And I sit on the first floor, so I don't need to use the stairs or the elevator.
Well, you can find a friend upstairs and visit them sometimes.
Park room by the factory.
That's a good
park room by the factory and walk.
That's true. Where you park.
There you go.
Park,
So you have to look at ways to include physical activity until you can then go and say, all right, I can start going to the gym. Okay, I can do this, I can do that. You have to start somewhere, and people often think that they have to go to a gym to start an active lifestyle. You don't have to all the time.
You could use YouTube workouts too. A lot of people do that, especially during the pandemic. They started,
You can also start with recreational activities that you enjoy. If you like swimming, if you like tennis, basketball, the Sunday evening football game.
Sweat earlier. Sweat. You also call it sweat in Jamaica too? To play football? Sweat? Yeah, no? Okay, well that's what sweat in Trinidad.
Sweat is naturally.
Yeah, but that's what they call it when people go to play football, like recreationally, they say they're going to sweat.
And also to add, it's important to know your why. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this?
Correct.
Because it motivates you.
Part of it.
Knowing your why.
I have a lot of clients who come in and say, okay, they want to lose weight for carnival. I say, all right, cool. After carnival, you don't see them again.
That's their
why.
That's their why.
But I think
it might be short term. But
I think sometimes finding your why is hard because, like, for me, guys, don't hold me accountable, right? Because I'm in the health field, but for me, my why has nothing to do with my physical appearance. Like, sure, I'd like a bigger butt or whatever it might be, but those are not priority. Those are not pressing things. For me, I want, because I know in the future it's going to benefit me. For my health now, I may be healthy now, but when I get older, after I have kids, all these things. So for me, the why because it's not
superficial.
But it's still hard to work on the why because it's not for me, it's for future me, it's not for present me, if that makes sense. So I think that's a struggle that I have.
I agree 100%.
And you're being human in the moment here.
I think for me, I found out my why after we did Know Your Numbers. I don't think you guys know, but Know Your Numbers is a program that we have at Nestlé where you bring in the physicians, all type of different physicians, and you do different tests. So you do your blood test, your diabetes, your this, your that, ophthalmology, everything. And so at the end of one of my sessions, maybe about 2 years ago, like right before COVID, everything for me, red. Everything.
You're in the red zone.
Yeah, man. BMI out of this roof, blood pressure, cholesterol, and I was just like, Gareth, you're under 35. Why is this happening to you? And I also have to take a look at even my work life. What are the things I was doing and how to balance and prioritize. So at that point, I figured out.
Were you exercising at that point?
No.
Time? Oh, okay.
I was just working. And I was just like, me not dead enough. Me not ready yet.
So why was
So my
forced up
why
on
was
you?
forced up on me, and I was like, I also recognize that in my family there are certain, I'm predisposed to certain illnesses.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm just like, but
That's important.
even my parents, they never got it until they were higher up in age. So I was like, I'm still going to want to preserve myself to when I'm at that point.
Yeah,
So I need to start to work from now.
Yes.
And so that's when I decided to take matters into my own hand and to start from now so that I am being well as opposed to,
Yes.
you know, I have to correct when I'm at that point.
Public health, #public health. Okay, sorry.
Nice.
But yeah.
So I'm going to draw on something that Mikhail said. No, before I do that, Debbie, you said something very poignant early. It's about having your village around or your friends, and we
Your
spoke
support
about
group,
and we spoke about how society imposes certain things on you with their notions and stuff. And a little quote that I saw, and it says, friends and family play a role in shaping your beliefs about body image, whether positively or negatively. Small comments and actions sometimes send powerful messages, even when they're unintentional.
Especially Caribbean.
And I'm going to bring that back to us as Jamaicans and as Caribbean people when we see somebody and we say, yeah, man, put on weight, man. You don't know the messages that is being sent to people.
Yeah, Trinidad to say you get fatter.
Yes.
You know,
And sometimes,
Instant,
honestly, sometimes because I don't do it.
Yeah.
But they don't mean anything bad by it.
No.
Because it could be a compliment.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm just like, why does my body, policing my body, needs to be whether a compliment or
I mean, you do have a mirror. You see how you look.
I know what I look like. Exactly.
People talk about it all the time. They say, you know, if you haven't seen me in a while, that's not a greeting. Probably try hello.
Correct.
You know,
Hi.
hello.
How are you?
Long
Good
time
to
no
see you.
see.
How about that?
Yeah.
And
if you see me when I was 18 and you now see me at 35,
What you think?
Oh, yeah. Correct.
Exactly.
Right.
you think I don't have a mirror to see that? Okay, I look older. So why never come and tell me, you look older? Why never do that?
But do you think that culture can change?
It can.
You feel so?
It can. If it is that we call people out of it.
Call people out.
So when they do it,
Yes.
when people do it to me now, I literally address it in front of them. I don't wait until I go home. I don't wait until I close doors.
Yeah.
And that's because people need to be uncomfortable so that they realize, oh, I'm doing something that's offensive.
Yes.
So that I don't do it to
But what about
anybody
the
else.
older adults who kind of in their way already? They're not going to learn that at this
Then
old
they
age.
probably would not say to me then.
Oh, well, you,
But
okay.
I address it.
Set your boundaries.
I set
Yes,
my
set
boundaries.
boundaries.
And
Yes.
that is, I think, is very critical
Right.
in
Yes.
all aspects of our life.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, and but it's hard, especially you know,
It
as
is
a young
hard.
person growing up, going to high school, because in high school my name was Biggs. You know,
Was it?
yeah. So if you don't,
You
if
have
you
a
didn't
picture?
know me,
Exactly.
not
You
on
don't
hand,
need
to see the
not on
picture.
hand. But you know, if you didn't know me and you needed to get my attention, Biggs, you know, and it could be three big persons standing or sitting. All of them have to look because you don't know which one they're
Right,
talking
which is
about, you know.
Yeah.
You see, but that's
So-
the other thing too. We feed into those things because when somebody call me bigs or ugly, why may I look?
Yeah, or using you color like we are
That's
very
the thing
colorist
now.
in the Caribbean.
Colorist, yeah.
They
Right.
calling people whitey, blacky,
Yeah.
Or black
reddy,
man,
darky.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pinky, or
we
you're
use
brown.
attributes to describe to
Correct.
Yeah.
identify
And
persons
And it sticks to you.
Yeah.
That's your
Yes,
Because
nickname.
we allow it.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I've been
True.
called,
Entertain.
True.
I've been called yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
called copper color at one point.
Copper-
Yeah, man.
But I like all that song. It's not nice, but copper color. Yeah.
So that means it's a Caribbean thing then?
It is a
Yeah.
character
It is.
thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Caribbean thing because we're the only set of people who call what would you call them now? The deformities of that person as a nickname. Like you have a one eye, you call him one
One
eye.
eye.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
don't even get me started.
Yeah. No,
I went to an all boys school, so you know
I'm like,
you know how
why
that
would
went.
you do this?
Yeah, no, and you describe people like, the big nose girl. You know,
Yeah,
like, you take
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
natural.
That's
Yeah.
definitive thing
Yes.
about them.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
Wow.
all right.
Yeah.
So we identified that right is a Caribbean characteristic.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
All right. So Mikhail touched a little bit on social media. And another quote for listening, me and these quotes.
Reel them out.
Quote boy, you see?
Right?
Right?
The people who present themselves in an authentic manner on social media are more content with themselves and have improved well-being.
Seemingly.
So I was going to ask your thoughts on that. So you answered right off the bat. So
Seemingly.
I agree.
What you
Come
mean?
on, we all of us, I'm sure, we're on social media. We sure of the popular groups, we perhaps know one or two. And we know that their life isn't that rosy.
Yeah, 'cause people go through things.
Yeah.
We all go through.
Yeah.
So every day you come with this positivity and
Yeah.
I mean, it's a facade. I mean, or something to aspire to. I don't know, but life doesn't work that way.
No, yeah.
But when you
Be
come with this
for real.
perfection, no, it's a setup. It's a setup. It's almost like you make me feel like nothing
Less
not
than.
going for me.
Less
Yeah.
than. Yeah.
Less than, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's a facade, you know. So
Yeah.
it seems like everything is perfect,
Yeah.
but it's not so.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
it ties back to the mental.
So we'll have this perception of them, but it's not the reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a nice social media is a nice, what do you call that? Not window, a nice cover.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, where
It's all
anything
lies.
can happen.
It's all lies. Not everything is all true.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Not everything that we see on social media is true.
It's
Mikhail,
true.
we're going to
Yeah.
go back
That's
over
right.
to you.
So, though I agree with everything that is being said, I also want to pose this thought process.
We love varying perspectives here. Okay.
We love it.
So, when you were growing up, and you have the little digital camera,
Right.
you probably have the one that you reel up.
Yeah, and then you have to one print.
The one that
Right.
spits
Yeah.
out the
Right.
Yeah.
And then you go to the photo gallery, photo studio, you develop your photos, and then you do what with the photos? You put them in an album.
Right.
And then you looked for the best photos to put in that album because
Right.
those are your best memories. So I picture, or social media is something similar to that. It is a photo album. It is a lookbook, you know. And that was the original premise of like an Instagram.
No, it was Facebook
You know?
first.
Yeah, Facebook was
Really about
But- right. So
Guys, don't forget about High Five.
and MySpace.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
more like on the young, like on the
But
just
those
come
weren't
in.
photos.
Yeah,
Those
man,
were
you
just
have a little photo.
High
Those
five
were
had
just
High
photos.
Five, like photos, like, yeah, man.
Could you have made
I wasn't done
albums?
it.
That's why you see you age yourself
You know,
right
you
now.
put me onto Instagram. You
Did
were
I?
the
Wow.
first one. Got me, took my phone, downloaded the app.
Wow.
I didn't want to be a part of
Influencer.
social. I just didn't. I like myself.
It was peer pressure, maybe.
No, seriously. 2014, I remember. That's when I first started Instagram.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did that.
Instagram verified this guy now.
Yeah, Mikhail, you're saying.
Right.
Sorry.
Yes, but the point is, we need to stop looking to social media for authenticity
And validation.
and
validation.
validation. Yeah,
Yeah.
Treat
You're
it what
You're
it
right.
is. It is a platform for you to see your friends, communicate with your friends, see what they're doing, and the best of the best, you know,
Yeah.
and stop looking for that authenticity. And truthfully, when you have other content creators who do put authentic content out, you know, things that are true to themselves in certain instances, and you'll find that persons gravitate towards it because it's so refreshing, you know. But we need to stop seeking that in a social media platform.
That's true.
Why?
You're
That's
right.
true.
Stop.
That's true. 'Cause
Hard,
even when-
but-
It's easy
Yeah.
for us because we may
Yeah.
have that intelligence,
That
but
is true.
not
Not
about
everybody. That is
someone who's
Yeah.
really, low on self-esteem
and that's
and
the
all
only,
of that.
true.
and the
And
only
they're
way they think they
impressionable.
can
That's
get
the
it.
only- yes.
But the funny thing is, I think when people, I don't know what to say, when people attempt to be authentic on Instagram or any social media, they are judged. And I think also they do it not out of authenticity. So it's probably authentic emotions, but by them. So like, for example, somebody may do a video crying.
I was just about to
Yeah,
mention
and
that.
they're crying, big tears
I'm
running
like-
down their face, and they
Like-
and somebody say, "But why should record that? Why should post it? Why he doing this?" And they are genuinely sad or whatever it may be, but
True.
because they use social media,
Yeah.
it's kind of it comes across rather
As entertainment.
not
Or
being
just
that
seeking
you're looking for
unnecessary attention.
Exactly.
Right,
Right,
but
right,
really,
right.
it could
Yeah.
be two things can be right at
Yes.
the same time.
Yeah.
Could be, yes, attention seeking, but at the same time, I really need
Could
help.
be crying
Yeah.
out for help.
maybe
Yeah.
none of
Need
my
help.
friends will listen to me, so
Exactly.
let me make a video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the way we connect to everybody instantly.
Correct.
Social media is just one. You shoot out something, everybody sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess this is crying out for help, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love these deep
That was
conversations.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
A lot of thoughts going on in my head a while ago. So, what role would you guys say does social media play, if any, in how we view our bodies?
Good and bad.
Yeah, you have
Negative and positive. Yeah. And it goes back to
Listen, this is a sexy question. No, I can't answer me good or bad.
it's good about it boils down to
25
How many
marks.
marks?
Boy,
Short answer.
it boils down to really who, oh boy, 'cause I don't follow every and anybody on social media, and even if I follow them, at some point I do evaluation. Like, okay, I don't feel like you're feeding into me
To me,
Yeah.
and what I
anymore,
am at present moment.
because you know how you feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't like how I feel. This content is not for me anymore. So
Mute,
deactivate.
unfollow.
Yeah, unfollow. Yes.
Yes.
So you have to have that, I guess, emotional intelligence to say, all right, this is not feeding me anymore. But some, I guess, don't know, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
perhaps, I guess, look up to that particular, everybody's an influencer, I guess. And so they look for these persons to, tell them how to live their life, how to do this, how to do that. So I don't know. I guess it's really a good place and a bad place, social media. But I don't know if everybody really wants to do what is necessary for their mental health, for their well-being, to say, all right, you're not feeding into me. You're bad for my psyche.
Yeah.
And do what you need to do.
Yeah. Correct. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
no, social
Nice
media,
and deep.
the pros and cons, this is
Yeah,
good and
so-
bad, yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I do deactivate.
Sometimes you
do a
need the time.
cleanse. I do
Exactly,
a cleanse.
yeah, because you find yourself comparing, like somebody posts a picture, as you said, the
Happens
comparison,
all the
you want
time.
And it doesn't have to be a person.
Yeah.
A person. It could be like the news media, because that gets overwhelming every
As well,
time
yeah.
you open. It's a murder here or
Yeah, it
something
affects,
that
yeah.
really gets you low.
Yeah.
You are right. You
Yeah.
are right.
So it's really not always a person.
Yeah,
Right,
it could be a
right.
thing.
It could be a thing. It could be a scenario.
Yeah, no,
I
I
think
know.
what this is saying, and based on what you guys are saying, or what it's alluding to, is the fact that at the end of the day, the onus is on us.
Yes.
So we need to take that sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
We need to have that sense of discernment to realize what is for us and what is not for us,
Yeah.
and what is going to
Because
feed
we
into us
know,
and
we
is
feel,
develop.
our
Yeah.
body tells
And
us.
what is true and what
we
is
do
not.
have to treat ourselves as a brand. When we see these
Yes,
big brand name
yes.
companies, if there's any one thing that could destroy their brand, you think they're just going to let it go and they
Exactly.
say whatever? No, they're
Yeah.
going to do whatever it takes to stop that
Correct.
or to
Yep.
fix it. And I think that's what we need to do.
We need to.
We need to look into
I
those
like
things
that.
as
Yeah,
well,
I
and
like
that.
to see what it is that, if first of all, when I look on something, when I take a photo or any video, I look on it and I say to myself, what purpose is this serving? If I look at that and I can't answer anything that really ties into me and what I'm about, I don't post it.
Nice.
I'm
That's
not just
good.
gonna, I'm not going to post it for posting sake, because no,
That's
it
good.
has to serve
Yeah.
a greater purpose.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's either it is something that my followers like to
Like,
see,
yeah.
it is something that truly matters to me, or it is something that just makes me extremely happy.
Yeah,
And
why am I doing this?
why am I doing it? So the
Yeah.
why again is also
Why?
very
See,
important.
Why?
Yeah.
And that's why
Why?
social media is just the devil's playground sometimes.
Correct.
You know, as again, when you say you evaluate when you're about to post something, I wish persons will do that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you see some videos circulating and you wonder why would they
Why-
do
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like, you know,
That's
a
a-
crime scene
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Like, why would, are you
Yeah.
thinking about the
Correct.
families?
Yeah.
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 Why?
You
yeah.
know,
That's a
so-
common question.
Yeah.
Why would you post that?
Why would you post it?
Yeah.
For fun.
fun.
In fact,
Wow.
there's this trend happening now, or this conversation where persons are eating dog food, or thinking about eating dog food because of the protein content. You know.
What?
So there was a TikTok video where
see, I'm
a
not
guy.
on TikTok. I
Yeah, I
don't-
get you.
TikTok queen.
A guy.
Never
You've
saw
never
this
seen
one?
that. You ever
No,
saw you?
I
Oh,
want
you're
the
slipping.
friends.
You're slipping, Sash.
Tell me more.
A guy said that he realized that dog food had so much protein you know. So
Really?
he ate the dog food and he spat it out. And he did it as a joke. And he came out after to say that it's a joke. But
People
the
are already
social media
thinking,
world took
"Oh
it.
my
They took it and they
gosh."
ran with it. And, you know, you had apps like Fitness Pal, you know, saying that a lot of persons have logged dog food as a meal, you know.
Way.
But
And it's a thing based on
but that's
a joke.
harming your. Can you eat? Can
Is it dry?
humans
So
eat
so
dog
so
food?
they reached out to Purina. You have different news outlets that spoke to Purina, and they have said that, you know, it's not advised for humans to eat dog food. But if they do, they're fine, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not
That's not the
advised.
reason why it was made. That's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
made for
Exactly.
social
dogs.
consumption.
Just like
Exactly.
when
Exactly.
they advise us not to give the dogs or food.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, not that one. It's at Jamaica. Okay, I'm gonna say this because I know who it is, and the people going to judge me. They say, "Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes."
Oh.
You know.
I don't remember something.
I don't want to
You
say it's
wanna-
chronics. I think it's chronic.
is.
So
It's
yeah,
chronic.
it's chronic,
chronic.
It is.
right?
It's chronic.
That's what people like. We need to start doing things for the love and not for the likes.
Not for the
because
likes.
that man who
It's
eats
attention.
dog food,
Attention seeking.
I try to understand.
Attention
No,
seeking.
but you
It's a start a trend.
yeah, but you do it and you'll be
Yes.
like, oh, this is so silly that I don't expect anybody to follow me or do it. It's just jokes.
But then because it have a little logic behind it with the protein, people going to take it
Yeah,
up.
but it goes back to Mikhail's point in saying that the onus needs to be on us.
On
on
us,
us,
right.
you're right.
We have to be one to
You're
see
right.
that to say, oh, that's foolishness. I'm not going to try that.
Exactly.
Not let me go to the supermarket right now and buy dog food to do this.
But that's the thing.
So
Everybody
it's like
wants to be trendy.
impressionable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be
Correct.
trendy.
Correct.
Everybody wants them likes and them followers and to become viral.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We're becoming
They're
viral.
viral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Viral community.
Yes. I hope this podcast goes viral, guys.
Yeah, and we're not eating the dog food up here.
Nope. But we do support Purina.
Live well.
All right. So we're gonna move into a fun section and what I call the ask the trainer. So it's just a random questions that would have we fielded from competitions that we've heard or people that we've spoken to, and we just want to get your take on it.
All right.
So, a healthy body image doesn't mean achieving a specific appearance. It means feeling comfortable with your body as it is. How can you tell if someone has a healthy body image?
Wow. That's deep.
I was saying it's
Deep.
Like, I can't tell because it goes deeper than just the
Surface.
shell. Because this is
Isn't
just
it-
the shell.
But
I mean, I
but-
can tell you if you look healthy.
But the thing
look
is,
healthy.
the thing is, and what I've been understanding, even though you may or I may look muscular and look, healthy, strong, fit, that doesn't mean that I'm healthy
That's
inside.
right. So
you
this question is, how can I tell?
right? I don't
can't
think it's
tell.
possible.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I can say a person
Because
looks
I
good.
could look this way, and then somebody else, some arbitrary person, may be healthier than, don't look like us, but healthier. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a look per se. You can look at
Is it
somebody,
an-
they
is it-
may
is-
have
is
this
it an
aesthetic.
attitude? Is it an attitude?
It's about how you feel too. It's not really how you look.
Yeah, but
It
okay,
can be
I
both,
get that.
maybe.
But there's sometimes when I'm on social media and I'm posting and blah blah, somebody look at me and like, oh my God, Garfield, you look like you're glowing, you look happy, so they can tell.
Oh,
So isn't
Like
it?
that.
it's an attitude.
There are,
Let's
yeah,
say
there
it's an
are.
attitude.
Okay,
Aura,
yeah,
something.
well,
Something
with
in your behavior, or your
Yeah.
attitude, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at certain things and say, okay, well, this is okay or this is fine. Some professionals can look in a person's eyes and say, okay, well, this person is deficient in
That's
that, or
true.
they aren't deficient in
Yeah.
that, or you mentioned the skin, so little things like that you can tell, but
But I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you can also tell by certain body cues. So you can tell when somebody is posting more on their social media when they never used to
That
post
is true
before.
because
Alright.
I
You
do
can tell
that
when somebody
too.
back off them
Yeah.
shirt and
But-
say, hey,
Yeah.
you're sexy
But
when a
what
girl
even-
come out in a bikini.
But what about outside of social media? Just their presence in a room, how they
Correct.
interact
How
with
they
their
enter the
friends.
room.
Energy. I believe in energy.
Yeah. And self-esteem. I think
Yeah.
self-esteem. I mean,
Yeah.
you probably will figure that out by having a conversation with somebody. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if they have a high self-esteem, I think it would be fair to assume they have a good body image.
But I think you can see it
I
too,
don't
when
know.
somebody used to come in and look on, or frumpy little I'm not judging.
He
anybody
said
and their outfit.
frumpy. It's already
Yes,
judged.
already
Okay,
judged.
Yes,
let me
already
dial it
judged.
back. When somebody come in with a jean skirt down to them knee,
Yeah.
big, that's the regular outfit, and then one day just walk in, skinny fitted jeans and nice top with a blazer. Isn't there a difference?
But
Yeah,
what
it's
if
the
they had a
difference.
good body image in their long skirt? That's just their preference. They just decide to switch it up. You don't know.
I don't know.
Could be that,
We're
you know.
on a podcast and I'm not gonna Sash, you're not gonna pull me out. Body positivity in a jeans, long jeans skirt.
Yeah.
Like you're going to hold the time with the school?
Why
Yeah.
you bring
Oh, wow.
There are different reasons that somebody may choose to dress in that attire.
Really?
I mean,
I get that. True.
Yes.
Religious
Probably-
reasons.
Okay, yeah,
Probably
religious.
spots-
Not just
We're not
religious
talking about
reasons,
religious.
but, you know,
The
yeah.
spots are showing now, so you know I can wear some
Oh.
tight jeans.
yeah.
You know.
Yes, so that's
Yeah.
a body positivity.
Or maybe
that you
some money
can
come
see.
in and I'm able to buy new clothes. Maybe it was a hand-me-down from a
True.
sibling or something.
Could be.
So yeah, and they feeling they're comfortable in their skirts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But what about the position
good
where you do think you look good, you think you have the muscles, you're buff, you look good, but you're afraid to show it in public. You're afraid to go to the gym and wear like a stringer.
I am
or,
guilty of that.
You know,
Me too.
I am guilty of that.
people wearing pump covers because they don't want, you know.
I don't wear shorts to the gym, but I wear shorts.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
I don't wear crop top in the sports bra. I just don't. I don't because I am afraid that persons are gonna say, "Why is she wearing that? You think she look?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Society.
you know. So I'm afraid to do it. I don't want to be compared. I don't want to be judged, or because she have abs or she can, you know.
Yeah. But that
So
doesn't
I
mean
don't.
that you
I
don't
stay
have
away.
a good
I just
body
stay,
image.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing it to protect.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So,
get
yeah,
me?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't want anybody to feel less
Yeah.
or, compare and because I don't like it. I don't like it.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't like it. So
Yeah.
I just don't do it. I just don't
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, my next thought-provoking question. Whether or not you're aware of it, body image plays a role in nearly every aspect of life. It can influence everything from the clothes you wear to the career you choose. Just mentioned that. How does body image impact your life, whether positively or negatively?
Well, for me, you can attest. Our industry is very vain.
Okay.
Because as personal trainers, you want to look the part. You have to be,
Right.
I guess, the product of the product.
Right.
We're our own marketing tool. So image is very
Image
important.
matters,
It
yeah.
matters. So it's really, even there are days when I'm really tired, I don't feel like doing anything. I feel like the onus is on me to get up and do something, because if I look out of shape, if I look a certain kind of way, if I
Yeah.
don't look like a trainer, then I won't attract.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really plays especially in our industry,
Yeah.
it really plays a
Yeah.
part that I have to look a certain
Yeah,
way.
y'all do have a lot of pressure because when I choose
The
personal
pressure is
trainers,
there.
I look at how you look, and
There
I
you
don't want
go.
to look. If you look weird, I think you're going to make me look weird.
There you go.
Okay.
No, think about it.
I mean, no,
you're
I
going to
get
go
you.
to that fat one over there, or what? You know.
Yeah.
But
Or if you're not proportionate, if you look like Johnny Bravo, you'll know the broad shoulders
right.
kind of thing.
So
Then,
it's really a vain, I guess, somewhat industry for us. So
Yeah.
we're forced to look a certain way.
right.
Fear. I mean, you're right. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a couple muscles here and there, you know, and
Just a few here
and
and there. It's a humble.
I have a couple
Yes.
here and there.
you know, and as soon as I realized that, you know, I was a little, you know, more robust and stuff, I wear a medium. I can wear a medium, but I only buy small shirts. Why? Because
They fit better.
it fits better.
They
It
fit
shows, you know, everything that needs to be
Right.
shown, you know. So
And you want to inspire.
yeah. So whenever you feel good about yourself, how you shop changes a bit. You buy more muscle shirts. You know?
Right.
Everything fits. You want to ensure that everything is
everything
tailored.
Because you're confident.
Because
now.
you're confident.
You're
now.
confident.
Yes.
You're
You
confident.
feel good, you look
Yeah.
good, you know,
Yeah.
and that affects,
Yeah.
that translates into your everyday life, your interactions with people, you know.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. So it really plays an important part, how you look, especially in our industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next question. Movies, social media, advertisements, and other forms of media have a major impact on body image. Although these sources often set unrealistic or impossible expectations, which we have spoken about, they are still impactful. What messages about body image are common in the media that you consume? Messages about body image are common in the media you consume?
Well, it's just as you and I know that. I'm trying to choose my words. Yeah. All right. Okay. For women, I know, because it's where I'm seeing a lot of these, I guess, ready-made bodies. I don't see it in men, but I know that quick fix, that
Like
the
BBLs and stuff.
Weight training can shape you, but it takes time.
Yes. Instant gratification.
The instant gratification.
Yeah.
We know it takes a while, right? But you have put in the work,
Yeah.
and it's long lasting if you keep it up.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing more present in or on social media is how to get this body without working for it, and so I'm seeing that plug a lot.
Yeah, even with the teeth, you also see these
Yes.
videos with veneers. They fly into these countries and just
Right. So there are a lot
Plucking in
of quick
teeth.
fixes out there.
I mean, you did it the hard way.
yeah.
But that's
I'm
the
working
right
for-
way.
I'm working
But that's
for
the
it.
right way. But that's the right way. I mean, nobody wants to come. Well, persons out there, yes, are willing to come in, putting in the work, get that nice toned leg, nice shape butt,
Yeah.
But others will opt for the table, let
Correct.
me go put it in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm seeing
yeah.
that more on social media, how to get this perfect body.
Perfect.
This
Yeah.
perfect body.
I would say it's very subliminal, where you'd have a particular ad campaign. You mentioned advertisements on social media. You'd have a particular ad campaign for whatever clothing line, and their choice of models or their choice of persons, sets the tone for that entire ad campaign, that entire company. How they view, how persons view that and view themselves is important.
Very
And
true.
then that trickles down into social media. This is the body type that is often
Idealized.
and sought after, and then it trickles down to the persons who, don't feel so good about themselves and looking at that and say, okay, I want that. So they strive for that,
and also
by
to
all
add
means.
to that, we're only looking at body type.
Right.
What about the color?
Correct.
That's also
Yeah.
image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A person of a darker hue may think they are not accepted or, beautiful than the one of a lighter
hue,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot.
Lighter people or fair people do have struggles too.
They do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they
The
do.
colorism is real always.
Colorism
And,
is
yeah.
real. So that
Yeah.
even
And it does
contributes to
affect-
the body image
yeah, definitely.
issues that we continue to
Definitely.
have.
Yeah,
perpetuate
and I
towards
agree with you with the advertisements. You see a lot of advertisements. It says your body less is more. Some of them you have to be real slim. Some of them the thicker you are, the better. And they have people scantily dressed to show you that this is the ideal. And it could, for somebody with a low self-esteem, for somebody who's not comfortable with
Yes.
their body or doesn't
Right,
have that
right.
level of body positivity,
Yeah.
that could be so influential to them and not in a very positive way.
Way.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I often applaud brands that try to include multiple body
Inclusivity.
types, So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Kudos to them indeed.
Right?
definitely.
Okay, all right. So the conversations so far have been surrounding, body image, body positivity, and then how that ties back to, our fitness regimen and our nutritious needs. And so before I sign off, I'm going to ask each of you to give one quick tip on for our viewers, how do I start? We had the conversation here. We know the points. We hear. How do I start to build or develop my own fitness regime as a layman, as somebody who has not done anything? Where do I start?
This is a call to action.
This
So
is
we're
the call
telling
to
the viewers
action. Yeah.
this is what you all
Yeah.
taking away.
Okay, and I won't be long. I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple, and we said it. Know your why. Know your why. why do I want to start this fitness journey? What purpose is it serving? You know, just know why I want to do this.
Right.
You know, and once you're clear on your why, then I mean, it's quite simple. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. And if you should venture into a gymnasium, you know, you do your research. If it is that you can take on this journey on your own, still do your research. There are information out there. There are apps online that you can download or purchase to start your fitness program. And if it is that you want a trainer, then still do your research. You know, investigate the trainers on the floor. You know, observe them. And then I guess, you know, take it from there.
Yeah.
To tie back into what you said, it's also not about knowing your why. For me, it's also about knowing yourself as well. Because for me, yes, I know my why and the reason why I want to do it. But I also know that I do not have the capacity to go into a gym and do it myself.
So set realistic goals
I need
for
to have
yourself.
a trainer who is going to keep me accountable.
Know yourself.
This is what
Know
I need to do.
yourself.
I love that.
And that's true.
Which is why people say to me, oh, why you need a trainer? No, I know I need a trainer.
You need somebody.
I don't need somebody who's going to bark after me and tell me, that's your joy of life.
Yeah.
But I need someone who has
Shots fired.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Shots
I need
fired.
someone who has a particular disposition who understands me and they're still able to say and push me
That
in
is
ways
true.
that I will say, because everybody know, I'll complain, I can't do it, and I cuss. But then when I don't do it, it's like, see?
Yeah.
It goes back to observing.
Yes.
Right into a gym, observe persons on the floor, the trainers, whomever, and then
I start
Make
on
an
Instagram, which is
informed
why I'm
decision.
forgetting.
Informed
You
decision.
guys need to show your Instagram. I stalk to see who will fit and who them clients are.
That's how you found that?
How they Yes.
Well, we found each other before Instagram.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but
Yeah.
I stalked Mikhail before to say,
Yes. If he fits.
if he fits.
Yeah.
And what's his personality like to see.
Right.
I said, I don't want to drag on.
So, no, that's true. Observe. You know your personality type. You may want somebody that shouts at you. You know,
Some people need that. Some people need that. Right.
But your personality can stand that.
Yeah.
Okay, fair, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
But also, if you're one that you want somebody to hold your hand, guide you through. I mean, we all have different personality types, you know,
Correct.
and different
Correct.
triggers. So know what works for you.
Correct.
Know yourself.
Correct. Mikhail, this question, how the one tip for everybody to build their fitness regime.
Well, I had said, you know, it's important that you add small steps in your day-to-day life that would then snowball into larger changes, you know.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
if it's the diet, look at what you're eating on a day-to-day basis and try and make certain, you know, adjustments to your daily life. You know, stand more if you're sitting all day, walk a little more. Start with things that you enjoy. If you like tennis, swimming, whatever it is, start with small steps until you can create bigger steps to, you know, that fitness journey.
Absolutely.
See the man looking at the camera, I'm tell you.
Yeah,
I know.
no.
He's like so
You
You just have to
Listen.
make eye contact to get it.
Because him knows that the
Yeah.
people out there now do the things, but anyway.
It's something that I've had to outline over and over again. So it's almost second nature, you know.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Drops, man.
Drops my like really.
This was a great conversation. I felt like
I
I
enjoyed
felt like
it.
it was for me. It was
Wow.
for me.
It really
yes.
was
It
for you.
was.
It
It
was.
So you
Yeah.
work out, I'm sure you do.
She does not.
I will answer
She's
that
trying.
off camera. Off camera.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying. I wouldn't lie. I am
I like
trying.
that you're trying.
It's not very easy because, as I think I was saying this in one of our other episodes, for me, when I have limited time, the one thing that gets sacrificed is my exercise.
And that's the
Always.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing,
Always.
right?
You notice that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. You
Always.
have to. If you're committing to the gym, you have to commit in times when it's a little busy, a little hectic. Because if you wait until you're free
Yeah.
and say, all right, let me start now, you're going to get busy again.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is going to be
Because that's
sacrificed
life.
again.
Life is life.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
correct.
Right.
Life is
Correct.
life.
We
Right.
also use that in our
Yeah.
everything. Life
Really?
we
Time
use-
together.
yeah.
Yes.
Life
yeah.
is lifing, so
Yeah,
just
yeah.
start.
Yeah, no.
There's
that's
no
what I have to
perfect
do.
time.
Yeah,
Just
Gaffin,
start.
keep me accountable. In 3 months, ask me where I'm at.
Okay.
3
All
months.
right.
Wow.
All
All
right.
right,
Ready?
yes.
You found the accountability partner
Yes.
in Jamaica.
Yes.
Ready.
Lovely,
All right.
lovely, lovely.
Alright.
So that's it for today. Really and truly, I want to thank the Debbie and Mikhail for coming. But before I sign off, I need you guys to tell me where can the people find you.
Okay, not hard to find. I'm at on Instagram it's at KipFitBody. That's KIPFITBODY.
Keep that fit body.
Right.
Body. All right.
KIP is keeping it physically fit. That's Keep Fit. And I'm at Caris Women's Wellness Center. That's Seymour Business Complex.
Okay, and Mikhail.
And on Instagram, I'm Meeks, MEIKS _ Russell, 2 S's, 2 L's on Instagram. I'm also at ActiveNest on Instagram, ActiveNest, one word on Instagram. Are we going to put it on the screen?
Right
Yes.
here.
Right
here.
Right there.
You've done
He's done it before, you realize.
I thought you was a fresh new
I'm fresh.
No, you're not.
This is very unfair. However, I would like to petition for my Trinidadians and Tobagoans who cannot come to Jamaica to work out. We need to link you with some physical personal trainers.
Nice.
What about all the other Caribbean countries? You are going to see an influx of tourists to Jamaica just to come and work out with you guys.
That's fine. And we also offer online training.
Oh, wow.
So-
Guys, look at that. Online
Shameless
training.
plug.
Yeah. No, love
We
it.
welcome them.
Yeah, so that's it. Thank you, guys. The conversation was good as per
It
usual.
was.
Yes.
The topic of discussion was body image. You are the brand. Developing a fitness regimen and nutritious diet. And once again, I want to thank you guys who would have given in the comments your feedback about the topics that we've discussed and who just had some type of input at Nestlé Caribbean on all socials. This has been a fantastic time. We're happy to hear to give you more discourse. And then this is us signing off from now until the next episode. Remember always to get well, live well,
And
be
be
well.
well.
Have a good one.